Hello and welcome. It's Carnage. We're taking a look at G.I. Joe Classified Series 111 Cobra HISS Techno Viper with HMS Heat Seek Missile System. That's quite a bit to remember. Let's go ahead and get into it right now. Obviously, we have a repaint of Techno Viper in the HISS colors, and he is outstanding. There is not a member of this entire HISS lineup that isn't just outstanding, in my opinion, and he is no exception. I really love that purple, but this red and not so much black, but red and gray in his case, although he certainly has black there in the boots and some of the details there. Quite a clever repaint. And obviously he includes the hologram that we have with the straight Techno Viper classified release. Basically the same identical loadout, and all the colors are the same, in fact, with that loadout, I do believe. So, as you can see here, I do believe this is probably the difference in the loadout colors here, with those two tanks being red instead of purple as with the first release, and obviously he's got the silver hose instead of the black hose. But actually I think all those hoses are silver, aren't they, even with the purple release here. So that red may be the only difference in the accessories and those colors. Otherwise he really looks great. I am just knocked out, as I said, with all these HISS repaints, and he is exceptional. I have said that this release is essential if you have the HISS tank, so I'd like to try to substantiate my claim here, starting with the repaint of the Techno Viper. And he is just absolutely outstanding, and he's a lot of fun to photograph, as you will see. Look at that helmet, and what an ominous looking character. And this is the guy who can fight his way into the battlefield to do these repairs on any type of equipment, any type of weaponry that Cobra might have in the field. These are the technicians who keep those pieces, those weapons going, and they keep Cobra going. They're very important, these Techno Vipers, and that's why there's a Techno Viper included with this very impressive HMS. And this HMS really is outstanding, starting with two different basic positions. And this would be the towable position with the lifts up. And there would basically be, I guess, 4 points of articulation in addition to the two wheels and, of course, the turret. So I guess we're looking at 5 points of articulation in addition to the wheels. And the colors are spot on, of course. Match the HISS tank absolutely perfectly. As I said, this is an essential piece if you have the HISS tank. And as you can see here, there is 3 oversized missiles, and they are quite oversized. I will pull one out here shortly and give a comparison with one of the figures here after we kind of check this thing out a bit more here. Now here are the lifts in the up position. As you can see, there are 2 in the rear there, and those basically fold down. They're basically 2 different positions for those, basically up and down. And then we have the 2 lifts on the front. Now these would be stabilizers that would pull it up off of the wheels. So as you'll see, when we get it into that second position, the wheels will be off the ground. So this would be, again, the towable position where you'd want to attach this to the HISS tank. And we'll get to that too, so stick around because that's coming. But again, I just wanted to show a bit of what this thing is like. That's what it's like when the camera falls over. Boom. Here we go. Now we have the stable position that you would actually be firing the rockets in. As you can see, that wheel is up quite high off the ground. And this would be, again, in a position where you'd be firing those 3 rockets. So you basically lock those feet, those stabilizers, into place. And an interesting piece that we have here is this control panel, which is underneath a cover here, which fits to the side of the HMS itself, and it pulls right up, and there's that control panel. Of course, if you're a photographer, that's going to be something that's going to interest you. And as you can see, there is a lot of print on this guy, a lot of cool details, a lot of cool decals, and some great lighting effects here. They seem to know exactly what shade of red to use to really get those lights to pop, almost like they're actually lit. And if you play your cards right with your photography, you can really get those to look quite iridescent, quite incandescent. And we're going to take a look at those rockets here, and they do fit on there pretty snug, but you can see my Cobra watch there. But here we go, pulling those rockets off. I'm going to give you a little comparison next to the figure. As you can see, it is quite a bit larger than he is. Not quite twice as tall, but almost. And I want to show you the positioning, what this range of this rocket can do. Of course, it will go completely all the way around, and then we'll take a look at the range, which is quite high. We could launch those right up into the sky. Destro designed this baby well. I really like it. Photographs quite well. I haven't figured out how to get any of those rockets in motion, in flight yet, as far as in a photograph. I'm sure somebody already has, and I'm sure people are already working on that. Let's go ahead and take a look at, this is the part that hitches up to the HISS tank here, and it does fold up into the rear of the tank here, as you can see. And then that piece folds down. I guess that might be how you would want to keep that, perhaps when it's in the locked position, locked and ready to fire. I'm not sure. I don't quite understand why that piece is moves the way it does and locks in there like that. I do understand why it goes down for the towable position, but I don't quite understand why it folds up and why you would need that piece to be sticking out like that. So if somebody can answer that question, I'd sure appreciate that. All right. So one more thing that actually my partner, who doesn't really follow classified at all, pointed out is that the blast effects from the scrap iron set and subsequently from Bazooka, they fit absolutely perfectly onto these rockets. So you can see the effect, and used to pretty good use there. So they fit perfectly. And here we go lastly with the trailer hitch attached to the HISS tank. It fits on there absolutely perfect. You just pull that hitch down, and this is exactly what it's for. I'm not going to attempt to tow it because I don't really have the setup to do that, and frankly, I'm not going to be sitting on the floor pushing that thing around. All right, here's some photography, and there's a lot of it. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you enjoyed the review. Please consider subscribing if you like the video. And again, this is Carnage saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.